Another Golf Supply video. We are back down at the Swing Warehouse, East Hanningfield. Andy's invited me down here today. We'll get Andy on camera so you can actually meet the man, the myth, the legend. But he's invited me down today to show you guys the importance of driver fitting and being fitted for the right driver. Many of us, I've been guilty of it in the past, have gone over and bought clubs off of the rack, regular shaft, stiff shaft, whatever it may be, not paying too much attention to what the degree of the head is, what shaft it is, what weight it is, the stiffness. It's big, it's really big. And I think it'd be good to show you guys at home the difference between using a driver that is completely wrong for you and a driver that is fitted to yourself. So without further ado, let's get Andy on camera. He's gonna talk through a little bit about the clubs that we're gonna be hitting, go through the comparisons of the club, what's different, jump on the GC quad, hit both clubs, look at the numbers, look at the dispersion, the distance, the spin rate. I think you'll be surprised. If you haven't had a club fitting already, get yourself down to the Swing Warehouse. If you use code TGS10, you'll receive 10% off any club fitting, gapping session, or bay hire. So get yourself down here if you're in the local area. Let's get Andy on camera, talk through what we're gonna be doing today, and hit some golf balls.
Right, so what we're gonna do today is we're gonna start off with a Callaway Epic Speed head. Now, this is Callaway's fastest driver that they sell off the face. So we're going to start off with this, which is 10.5 degrees, but we've got a stiff shaft, 70 gram, which is a Mitsubishi MMT. Now I think this is completely wrong setup, fresh. So what we're going to do is we're going to test this first. We'll hit 5 with this, and then we're going to switch over and hit 5 with another, just to see what basically goes on and just have a look at the numbers and see what happens.
The club that I've got in my bag at the moment, the driver, as you all know, I've got the TaylorMade Sim 2 in my bag. It's an extra stiff Project X shaft, 6.5, 70 grams I think. So that setup there on that Callaway driver is completely wrong for me. So I think today's video will be interesting. Let's see how bad or good I hit the club that's not fitted for me. And he's gonna put me in a club that is built specifically for myself, to my specs, which should be a bullet for me. If it's that good, he might even persuade me to buy it. But let's get into the video. Let's start with the Callaway Epic Speed. Let's see how we get on. Right, so Callaway Epic Speed, stiff shaft, 70 grams. We're gonna go through the club and ball data on the GC quad. So before I hit a couple, what should I really expect with this? Having a shaft that's not stiff enough for me. And we don't really know about the loft yet, but having a stiff shaft when I know that my swing speed is probably in the extra stiff bracket, what should we really be expecting to see from this driver?
For me, I'd probably expect to see a few shots going to the left.
Okay.
Because it's going to be too soft, so the head's probably going to kick in and flip on you.
Yeah.
You might even get the occasional one where it gets left behind you because it's too soft and you hit it outright.
Right.
So the dispersion rate should be quite wild.
Yeah.
And I imagine probably a lot higher than what you're used to.
Probably a little bit of wild dispersion, probably a little bit of a higher ball flight, so don't blame me, it's not my swing, it's probably going to be the club. We're going to be using the TaylorMade TP5s, which is the ball that I gain. Let's start off with hitting 5 of the Callaway Epic Speed, is it Andy?
Epic Speed.
Epic Speed. It feels whippy already. Spinning. Lots of spin. So right off the bat, that feels like it's chasing me from behind that club, Andy.
Yeah.
Feels like it's really laggy.
Which I've probably got the right.
Yeah.
Close.
Let's see if I can try and hit a couple of better ones. Good shot. Leaking out to the right still a little bit.
Still leaving it out a little bit there.
Yeah.
You can see that it's very spinny straight away.
Yeah.
So you can see straight away that obviously because you're 116, 118, it's just too soft.
Yeah.
You need the extra stuff.
What is the window for? Do you know the window for the shafts, what you should? So 116, 118 mile an hour club speed.
So if you're sort of going sort of 105, 100 up to sort of maybe 110,
yeah,
you're looking stiff. And then as soon as you're going above sort of between the lower end, 105 up, 110 up,
yeah,
it's really X. And then you go, if it's even more than that, then you start to look Tour-X. But that was the one I was talking about earlier that I expected shaft too short. All of a sudden one's just going to kick and flip.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't feel stable at all when I'm there. It feels erratic. I've got no control over that.
No, and that's the ones that you catch heavy as well are the ones that obviously things discovered.
Yeah, no control whatsoever.
So
that stripe pattern is just all over the place. If you can see from on the camera. Last strike, very, very high, nearly missed the club face. One half decent one, that middle one, I was guessing that was probably the good strike.
Yeah.
Quite a few off of the hill, which Andy mentioned at the start, sort of getting stuck behind me, coming on the inside, not hitting great shots. Struggled to find the club face, to be honest with that. Haven't hit a stiff shaft in years. And it feels...
Kind of get the intention that you can see probably the heads with the high strikes, the shafts probably just kick it in, just send them off the net, hitting the top of the club.
Yeah.
You see there straight away the average spin rate based on that club was 3,222 with a launch of averaging at 16.2. I mean, there was even one in there at 19.6. You can see that straight away, the shaft's way too soft, can't control it, it's not stable, the spin rates are way too high. Ash can't actually get any kind of control of that club head because of the shaft. We're not discounting the fact that the loft might be right at the moment, it could purely be the shaft. Let's go on to try something different.
So, same driver that I've got in my bag at the moment, but a slightly different setup.
Right, so this is TaylorMade Sim 2, 10.5 steel, but this has now got an Aldila Rogue 60X. It says 60, but it's actually 67 grams, so it's a bit nearer to what Ash uses. So
Straight away, the weight of that.
Have a go with some of these.
If you haven't hit different shafts before, you can feel the whole club just feels different. Now it is a different head obviously, but I mean the feel of that, the stiffness of that, the weight of that, and the sort of stability I can feel from that. I'm not getting any wiggle.
You're not getting that.
Any whip.
I feel like you're getting that flick.
Getting better.
The potential is of this, the shaft could still be slightly too soft for you.
No club face control.
No.
Andy's a wizard, but no custom fit is going to help if you've got the face wide open at impact, unfortunately. High that does. So that's 5 hit with a sim. Andy doesn't like it. It's better, it's an improvement on what we've seen on the Callaway, but it's still launching quite high, still spinning around about 2,800-ish, so.
Yeah, I think the shaft actually could still be fractionally too soft. Your swing speed's up there, so maybe you need that stability in the head.
So another club change. What have we got now?
Right, so this is mine. The only reason I pulled it out is because it's got a Diamana, yeah, it's a little bit light, but it is a Tour X stiffness. This will plays around 68 grams. It's the Maverick Sub-Zero head, 9 degrees. Should be a low spinning head.
I've never hit this head before either, so.
Something different to try.
What a shot. One more. Straight away, the one thing to notice, even though it's still not probably bang on perfect, the dispersion has come in massively. Yeah.
There you go. That's more like it.
It's more like it. So much better. Such a tighter dispersion straight away.
So let's just have a look at that last one. So what you see for this one is actually with the shaft and everything, yeah, spin on that particular one would have been a bit low, but it was struck slightly higher in the face, which has brought the spin down.
Yeah.
Launch angle was down as well, 11.4 from the other one that we were trying, the other Callaway.
15 minute.
It's 15, so actually probably looking somewhere around that area for launch, somewhere around 12. What we're seeing there straight away is actually the Tour X shaft is definitely much more in the range that Ash needs to use as far as his shaft flex goes in the swing speed, because you can see there, club head speed 119.6.
Yeah.
It's up there, so he needs that stability in the shaft to be able to control the club.
Yeah. This is why it's great. This is why I honestly can't stress and recommend it enough to you guys at home. Come down to somewhere, like if you're local, come down to the Swing Warehouse. If you're serious about improving your game, you've got the technical aspect of it as well, which Andy's a pro, you can get lessons down here. But being fitted into the right clubs is huge, isn't it? It is absolutely massive. You could be swinging it well and being penalised for swinging it well.
Right, so now we're actually going to put Ash's club in his hand.
Yeah.
His actual club. Right, so this is your shaft. So this is Ash's really leery yellow shaft, which I could never use in a million years because I wouldn't keep an eye on the ball.
Project X Hazardous 6.5, extra stiff shaft, 76 grams. What have we got the headset to then?
So the head's set at 9 degrees still.
Yeah.
We'll have a look at it at a standard setting and we'll see what it's going to do. Whack away.
Feels like home. Having her back. Right, no excuses really. This is what I gain day in, day out. Not a middle strike by any imagination. But just look there, that's just sort of like case in point, isn't it? 2 average strikes, one high off the face, one off the heel, and the dispersion on literally probably a combined 12 yards offline with the pair of them, compared to the first club that we was in, the Callaway, with the stiff shaft, with a high strike and a heel strike, where those balls were going, it was like 60, 70 yards offline.
Yeah, there's no comparison really.
No.
To having that shaft set up correctly. So yeah, this is where we see the shaft is good.
Yeah.
The TaylorMade Sim drivers are very low spinning heads.
Yeah.
So you can see there on the right side, the spin rate Ash had on that one was 1,100. We went nearer 2,000. And what you saw with the flight of that shot, even though it was very straight, it wasn't being able to, because there was not enough spin, it wasn't being able to keep in the air,
Yeah.
so it was just dropping down.
Just fell out the sky.
So you got this, your carry distance went down to 255,
Yeah.
but it still run nearly 50 yards.
Yeah.
So we need to get the spin back up,
Yeah.
which is why you were getting it up a little bit more and you had it set up at near,
Yeah.
near a 10.
Yeah. 9 I just feel like is a little bit low for me.
So when you get the one with the 9 degree and you leave the face open a little bit more, you get the carrot.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good one. You're joking me, that was perfect. No, that was middled.
Interesting, isn't it? Now, let's just switch this up.
Okay.
Right, so we've had to mess around with a few different shaft options, different heads. Now the main thing as well when you're doing a lot of this stuff is understanding that all of the heads are so different. This is why we can't just sort of do a stock fitting with one set of clubs. We can, but it's just the spin rates and all the different heads, all the different manufacturers are so different. There's certain heads will just fit certain people. And for Ash, TaylorMade is the way forward. So what I've just done this time, we just see there because the loft is hindering them a little bit. I'm interested to see what the Sim 2 10.5 with Ash's shaft
Yeah.
does as far as spin rates.
So we've just gone up 1.5 degrees. Same shaft, my shaft in there, just got rid of my 9 degree head, up to a 10.5. His face. I feel like I'm going to rip this one.
Distance is already up. So you need to see with that one straight away, a little bit more loft.
Yeah.
Ash left the face open on it, but the carry went back up to 270.
Yeah.
And the spin rates were back up near a 2.7. So I reckon when Ash squares one of these up, we'll see that spin rate coming nearer, somewhere nearer around the 2.2 area, 2.3 maybe. And slightly better launch. There we go, turn it over.
Yeah.
There it is.
There it is. Best one yet.
Right, so there we go.
Mile.
So Ash has managed to square the face up on that one. And got a better striker and everything, and we see straight away, so actually as soon as he squares it up, spin rates come back down. Okay, it was a little low, but it did turn it over a fraction, but straight away the carry, because he brought the spin down, was 296 yards, was a bit more near where Ash is at. Actually interesting, his club head speed's down, he must be getting a bit tired. Hello. Hello. There she is. Bang, over 300 that one. Right.
There you go.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to the party.
Right, so there we go. And this is what we've been basically trying to achieve here with Ash and the setup of his driver. He's now got the right shaft, we've got the right loft. So we've gone up to 10.5. And when Ash middled it and got it all squared up, lovely swing. 302 yard carry. The launch angle was 11.5, which I said earlier on, that's what I was looking for with Ash, probably around 11.52, 12, something like that. Spin rate, 2,092, and we're looking for around 2,000 to 2,2 really. Which resulted in a total distance on that one of 326 yards. Boy can hit it.
It's crazy to see those numbers. I could stand here and hit 250, 300 balls with those other clubs, and I will not get those numbers. You just won't. That is it. Andy called it at the start of the video. He wanted to see it around about 11 degrees launch. You said 2,000 bang on, didn't you? 2,000, yeah, 2,000 2,000 spin. For me, my carry distance, that's up on my carry distance of what I get with my driver.
So we see with TaylorMade, you've got a lot of different settings on these hosels that they use. So with Ash's 9-degree head, when he puts it into, I think he had it in higher, which was to basically adding on about a degree to one side, it also shuts the face down because it becomes 3 degrees closed, but with the loft. So when he does that, obviously now he's got a shut face. Ash doesn't really want a shut face club when it's coming back into a back, do you?
No.
You want it square. So for him, he's going to have to manipulate the club on the way through to try and almost hold it off, so he can't let it go. 10.5 degree head, square face, square settings, just 10.5 degrees, he can let it go. That was the result. As soon as he had it square, bang. So yeah.
Perfect ball. If you're someone who you're putting a lot of work into your game on the technical aspect and you're improving your swing, you're trying to score better, but you're playing with stock clubs, standard clubs, you're just doing yourself an injustice. You're doing yourself a disservice. It doesn't have to be a 350 pound driver, it doesn't have to be a 400 pound driver. You could have a driver at home and come and get fitted for it. You could get a shaft put into that driver, get fitted for the right club for yourself. The head is a big part of it, the shaft is a huge part of it, and as a package, I think...
We've always said from word go how important the shaft is to make sure it works. Sometimes you can get away with a little bit with the loft, but the shaft is so important for your dispersion rate for being straight. You saw it with some of the others there, you can see some of Ash's shots there, left and right, and all of a sudden you've got the right setup. Yeah. It's just like, it's not really leaving the line much really. It's good.
Yeah, really good. As always, massive thank you to Andy, the Swing Warehouse, for always having us down, letting us film down here. Link in the bio to the website. Like I mentioned at the start of the video, quote TGS10 for 10% off any bay hire, gapping session or club fitting. After seeing this video, you should definitely be getting down here and getting fitted for a few clubs if you haven't already. We appreciate you watching the video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one.